Hello, everybody. This is Joyce Coleman, host of Glam Talk. Today, I'll be talking with Steve Conley, CEO and founder of Glam Products, Inc., Robin Bass, a multi-talented entrepreneur and Glam Products customer, and Jeanette Langford, another entrepreneur who's also a salon owner and a hairstylist. Now, what I hope we can accomplish in the next 20 minutes or so is to give our listeners a good idea of what Glam Products, the company, is, what products or services it offers, and how some potential users can really take advantage of the products and services. The point here is to provide enough information to help our listeners decide if Glam Products is for them and why it might be for them. So, hello, Steve, Jeanette, Robin, how are you?
Hello, Joyce.
Very good, Joyce. Hello, Joyce.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And I know we are on a time crunch, so I'm going to jump right in and begin with you, Steve. Now, people are always interested in the person behind the big idea. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and then tell us a little about Glam Products? You know, what kind of business is it, what kind of products you have, and why people might be interested in finding out more information about it.
Okay, Joyce, I'm going to fast forward past years of my background in financial services and in insurance work, and actually go past technology and pretty much jump into what a lot of people know me for as far as in promotions, all types of different events that I've produced and coordinated. But in about 15 years ago, I really got into cause-related events. So everything from Africans United Against AIDS globally, doing AIDS awareness concerts in Africa, to doing events for veterans, Supermarket of Veterans Benefits, where we, Veterans Benefits USA, produced or directed the largest Veterans Benefits Expo in U.S. history, to where we got into We Care Worldwide to start helping raise money for Katrina victims, to what my real passion is, and all the way into today, is youth entrepreneurship. I've been self-employed. I haven't punched the clock since I was 20 years old. Been self-employed and always, like now, try to make sure that young entrepreneurs have mentors that they can speak with or call on, especially in the industries that they're interested in going into, to help them get through some of the barriers that they don't see coming. So there's a lot of things once you get to my age, and not to talk about that, I'm an old man because I actually feel pretty young because of Glam Products. But at the same time, I like helping young people. So including with everybody that's on this call, they've all had a hand in helping with high school CEOs, young CEOs, STEM Digital Village, Joyce, which I know is one of your passions, science, technology, engineering, and math, with some of the things that we're doing with Langston University and the National Science Foundation. But really, just with that focus on youth entrepreneurship, we've helped them with different industries. And one of the industries that we really learned a lot about over the last 7 years was the beauty supply industry. And so once we learned about the beauty supply industry, and then we, not just the services side of it, but that there's a lot of economic or non-economic reciprocity in that industry. So not only just as far as with us being in America and so many non-Americans making money, it's just a trade imbalance. So anytime that you see a trade imbalance, that can cause problems in any community. If you have a trade imbalance between countries, one country is going to suffer. If you have a trade imbalance, even in communities, that community can suffer. So one thing in particular, and again, Glam Products is a very diverse company. We have distributors from every culture and every race and sex and religion. we encourage everyone to come into the business. I always say everybody with skin is welcome into Glam products because we have some of the best skincare products. But at the same time, black women in particular, just using that as an example, spend $25 million a day on beauty supplies. So they spend that much money every day on beauty supplies, but less than 3% of those dollars are returned back to black women or back into the black community. So that became an issue that we want to show different communities that were suffering from economic problems, how you can simply do something as simple as purchasing beauty supplies. If you watch who you spend those dollars with, it can affect your community. And then the other thing that we really became interested in was the fact that where people are trying to eat organic and they're trying to get healthier and feel better and they exercise, want to lose weight, they don't pay very much attention to what they put on their bodies. They hardly ever read the ingredients labels on cosmetics. And with the parabens and the phthalates and the fragrances and all the different things that are in there that can not only cause you just to feel bad, period, or have allergic reactions, but literally things as far as birth defects, things as far as tumor growth. All these things can come from chemicals that are in cosmetics. The cosmetics industry is one of the least regulated industries in the United States. It's a self-regulated industry, so companies can put whatever they want to into these products. And really, with some organizations that are now talking about how bad the chemicals are that are in the products, really only 20% of the chemicals that are in the products have even been studied. So we don't even know. So if there's 25,000 different chemicals or ingredients that are in these cosmetics, only 5,000 have been studied. We don't even know what's going on with the other 20,000. So those are the things that Glam Products has really tried to bring some type of awareness to. And I could go on for this for the next 2 hours, but I'm just going to shut up because this is not a one-man show.
Well, thank you so much, Steve. Those are some very sobering statistics. It's a little bit frightening, actually. And if I heard you correctly, I think the takeaway for our listeners is that Glam Products, Inc. Is a distributing company that has marvelous toxin-free ingredients good for your health. And so you're kind of covering health and wealth all in one fell swoop with Glam Products, Inc. Is that correct?
Exactamundo.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, Jeanette, I know that I'm reading here from my note that you are a salon owner and you're also a hairstylist. And that makes you sound like Glam Products' ideal customer, because on the distribution side, you have customers. On the stylist side, you have to satisfy your clients. So could you tell us why you opted to use Glam Products and what has been your experience with them?
Yes, Joyce, I'd be glad to. I've always focused on healthy hair. As a matter of fact, there is a sign in my salon window that says, "Your journey to healthy hair begins here." And with that being my focus, it would concern me when it got to the point where I started seeing clients come into the salon and they would have thinning hair and hair loss, and you kind of wonder, where is all this coming from? And the cause of hair loss is kind of mysterious. It can be caused by stress. It can be caused by improper diet. It can be caused by medication. It can be caused by improper application of hair products, and it can also be caused by using the wrong hair products, such as the products with toxic ingredients. And so I think it's important that we don't discount that toxic ingredients. It's important that we don't discount that toxic ingredients will go far beyond the effects of hair. It gets into our bodies, and so if we don't have a healthy body, then of course it can affect our hair. So that's kind of what sparked my interest in it when I found out that these products don't have those toxic ingredients. And a lot of upcoming products that the salon owners or cosmetologists are using now are beginning to be very controversial. But if you do your homework, you find out that these things are just not good for you. So that's what sparked my interest.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. And Steve, if I could just swing back to you for a minute, could you tell our listeners where they might go to find out more information about the toxicity of some of the health and beauty products?
Yeah, you can pretty much, what I recommend people do is just take what's in their medicine cabinet, or not necessarily in the medicine cabinet, but just take some of the products, wherever you got your products at, and look at the ingredients. And take some of those ingredients and literally go to Google or Yahoo or whatever and just put in that ingredient and put in side effects. Put in the benefits or side effects or whatever and start doing the research for yourself. One of the places that I actually rely on is Safe Cosmetics. I think it's ewf.org, but it's safe. Just put in Safe Cosmetic database. And they literally have a database, I think, over 70-something thousand ingredients that you can put in the name of the ingredient, and it'll rate it on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the worst. It'll actually even show you some of the studies from where they get the results from, whether it be from colleges or doctors' reports or whatever. But it'll also even break it down to tell you if it's an allergen causing allergic reactions, if it's causing tumor growth, if it's causing birth defects. So some of the larger corporations use parabens, and I'm not going to name any of these companies, but there are some of the largest corporations, cosmetic corporations out there, use parabens. And parabens, if you look them up, it will show you that some of them are what you call endocrine inhibitors. They can literally change cells in your body. And what is very important, especially with young women in their childbearing years, that they can change the fetus even before conception. It can change the eggs before conception, but even after conception, it can change the fetus. So there's studies that are showing that these fetus or this embryo, the male cells can be made more feminine, that the feminine cells can be made more male. And so that's some serious issues, or that's some things that young women need to know about. Actually, and I think when you talk to Robin, she's going to address some of the things that she's seen in her business as a daycare owner, as far as where young children coming in sick. And I don't think that it's a coincidence. I've heard reports that children born in 2014, before their 21st birthday, a significant percentage of them are going to have diabetes. When I was born in 1960, I went to grade school, middle school, high school. I never knew one person with diabetes. So how is it that all these children now are becoming diabetic and things of that nature? It's not just the toxins in the food, but it's also the cosmetics that they're using every day, from brushing their teeth to washing their face to putting on lotion to shampooing their hair.
Well, I tell you, this sounds like a topic that everybody who hears this need to pay attention to. And I, for one, will be Googling Safe Cosmetics and seeing what's in the stuff that I use. And I'll get back to you on something, Steve. But before I do, I'd like to go to Robin because Robin has owned a number of businesses, and she's also tried a number of businesses that we call multi-level marketing. So, Robin, could you tell us first how you use Glam products? And I'm sure that our listeners would like to hear your thoughts on your early experience with Glam Products, Inc. As a company compared to your experience with other MLM business ventures. Is that okay?
Yes, that would be wonderful. First, I would like to thank you, Joyce and Steve, for inviting me onto Glam Talk today. It is actually my honor to be on the call. And I'm so excited about what we are doing here, and so many people really need to listen and not just take our word for it, but again, just like it's already been said on this call, Google it for yourself. And, you will be amazed at what we're actually are doing as far as what we're putting in our bodies and on our bodies, that it's really making a huge difference in our health. And just to go back to the question that you asked, what makes this different than any other network marketing company that I've joined in the past, I will honestly have to be transparent with you. Many of the other network marketing companies I joined, it was mostly money motivated. Of course, I love the product as well. Of course, you can't talk about something that you don't believe in, and the product was important, but it was basically money motivated. I will have to be honest with this, with Glam products, it was really the product that got me in. It wasn't, even if I never make a dime doing Glam products, even if I never get one single check, which I'm glad to say I already have, but even if I've never received one check or one penny, this is something that is dear to my heart, and I would still go out and tell everyone that would listen about it, because we have, again, we do not know how dangerous it is what we're putting in our mouths and what we're putting on our skins. And this, like I said, I don't even really look at this as a network marketing company. I really look at it as a movement, because what we're doing is really saving lives, whether we're saying it or not. But if people really take a listen and really see what we're doing, they will realize that the poison that they're putting on their skin and in their bodies is actually killing them. And we have to stop it. We have to let the world know there is a better way.
I thank you so much, Robin. I mean, all of these words have been so sobering. We're doing this, trying to get the information out, but it sounds like the subtext here is if we really are interested in protecting our health, we'll stop and, if nothing else, pay attention to what we're not only putting inside our mouths, but what we're putting on our bodies. And you've offered a place where we can go and look and verify for ourselves whether or not the stuff that we are using is healthy, or whether it could be possibly killing us. Now, Steve, I know that we don't have a lot of time here, but we have to have raised more questions than we've answered, at least we have in my mind. Is there any place that our listeners can go and find out more information about Glam Products, Inc., how to get involved, or any other information that they might seek?
Well, our website is glamproducts.info. But I really want you to, for the listeners, to go back. Somebody told them about listening to this call. I want them to go back to that person and maybe listen to more calls that we have coming up about specific products, or even about our Trailblazers program. We have a program. Glam Products is another, I think, difference between us and a lot of other companies is that a lot of our distributors are owners in Glam Products. This is a distributor's owned company, and that's very unique in network marketing. So if you want to know more about that, get back with the person who referred you to the call and have them give you that information. A few other things that I did want to get out is that, we're talking about safer ingredients, but even with like salon owners, that's a passion for me. My family has always been in that business. And I've actually had family members who worked it all their lives and weren't able to retire. So I have a passion for speaking with salon owners about even using our products and, adding a retail portion to their business to create another stream of income that they can use to maybe retire off of. Another thing that we just looked at is some of the research in the industry of cosmetology. They have some of the highest death rates, not only from having to use those chemicals on their customers, so touching them, but also inhaling them on a daily basis. And so that's another thing as far as about using safer cosmetics. Robin, and like I said, I know we're, for time's sake, but still, Robin, I just want you to say a little bit about what you experienced with your daycare as far as some of the children that you saw that came in. Because, again, when dealing with young people over the years, I haven't saw as many sick children as I'm seeing now, and I wanted to know if you would just tell us a little bit of your experience on that.
Yes, sure, I would love to. And thank you so much for asking that, because that is one of the main reasons why this product really is dear to my heart, because I do love children, and that's one of the reasons why I opened a daycare. It wasn't about the money, it was about the children. I truly love children. And I have to tell you, opening up my daycare, I was so amazed at how many children was coming into the daycare on some type of medication, whether it was a breathing treatment, a EpiPen, an inhaler. We saw kids with ADHD, anemia, asthma. Just the diseases across the board. And I'm not talking about 8, 9, 10-year-old kids. I'm talking about babies. I'm talking about 6 weeks. When they come into, we can't accept them until they're at least 6 weeks. And these babies are coming in already with medicine. And you think, how is this happening? And the sad thing is, what is really sad, and I think Mark Twain said it best when he said, it's not what we know that get us in trouble. No, it's not what we don't know that get us in trouble, but what we think we know that isn't true. Because, see, the doctors tell these mothers, and I'm not saying young because this is what we all thought, even when I was carrying my children, they tell us, do not drink, do not take alcohol, do not drink alcohol, do not take drugs. And you stop doing those things, and in my case, never really did them, but you don't do it, and you try to eat healthy, and you try to make sure you're putting the right things in your body. But they're not telling us the food is killing us. Don't eat certain foods. The stuff that we're putting on our bodies, the oils to try to not to get scratch marks and try to keep your skin soft. All of this stuff is toxic, and it's killing I wouldn't say killing, but eventually it is. But this is the reason why all of these babies are now coming with so many medicine. So you get up, and I'm sorry if I'm going on and on, but I just really want to drive this home. You see a new parent come in with their baby, and they bring the baby bag, and they're so excited. They're a new parent saying, here's my baby, and here's the bag. Oh, and by the way, he has asthma, so he might need a breathing treatment. Oh, by the way, he's allergic to peanuts, so you might have to stick him with the EpiPen. Now, they put in the responsibility back on the daycare, which is really sad because daycare is you're talking about a teacher aides who's not making a lot of money, who really didn't go to school for medicine, who is now responsible for an innocent small baby to give them these drugs. And what if they give them to them wrong? But we don't understand. The drug is not the answer. Putting all of these chemicals back into their body is not the answer. It's what we're putting on their skin. I can't tell you how many bags I open up, and with all the creams and the oils and all of the just all the stuff that they asking us to put on these babies, and not realizing you're doing just the opposite. You're not helping the child because we're putting this stuff on the largest organ on the human body is our skin. So we're putting this not just on them when their skin is dry, but when we change their diaper, they want you to put the cream on their bottoms. I can go on, but I'm telling you, anyone that's listening, please, again, you do not have to take our word for it. Get the information for yourself, but trust me, it has to be something done. There's medicine today that's being made for diseases that have not even been named yet. That's because they know if we keep on the path that we're on, that the disease is coming. That is really sad. When somebody is in the delivery room giving birth to a newborn baby, and there's somebody in the lab making a drug for that baby when that baby turned 18, 19 years old for a disease that's not even created yet, that's not even here yet, but they know the path that that child is going to take, they're going to need this drug. We have to stop the madness. We have to get together and say enough is enough. I'm a new grandmother. I have a new grandson. He is, and I am so proud to say, a Glam baby. That's all he has. That's all he has ever used is Glam products, and I'm so grateful for that.
Oh,
you know,
Robin.
matter of fact, I'm sorry, Judge. I just want to give people one bit of homework as far as taking away, since we're talking about babies. Mineral oil. Baby oil, which we've used on our children for years and years and years. Baby oil is 100% mineral oil. Please Google the side effects